I'm back. Good morning, everybody. Happy spring. What a beautiful day. It inspires me to cook. I just picked up a few things for our side dish over here, but the main dish today is going to be Rôti de Cochon à l'orange. It's going to be an amazing roast pork with a maple orange glaze. It's truly amazing. And also, for the side dish, this is what I went shopping for. I picked up a few things. I have some tender young yellow summer squash, as well as some sweet organic carrots to go with it. We'll have some shallots. That'll be in a beef consommé, which is truly amazing, to go with the pork. And also, I picked up a couple of strawberries just to snack on in the kitchen as we go along. Maybe make a dessert later on. But my sister Henriette, this meal is dedicated for you. So, I'm sipping a coffee as I cook. Once again, you should enjoy the pleasures of the kitchen, the outdoors, get the fresh air in here, make a beverage. I'm no different than my father. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. When he used to cook in the kitchens of his restaurants, he'd always have a tankard of cold ice water as well as coffee at hand. And between the two of them, it keeps you going. So, gotta love the coffee. I'm making a bread. Nice French bread to go with things. I do have the recipe on the website. It's very simple. This bread has been resting for about 20 minutes. I put a little flour on top so that the knife won't stick as I design it. And over here I'm going to make, this is my favorite design, the sea scallop shell design. It's just beautiful when it comes out of the oven. And you want to score it so that it's a pretty deep score. It's about a ½ an inch. And the oven is ready. I'm going to pop this in at 450 for about 30-35 minutes with a little bit of water on a side dish so it can make some moisture and a crisp crust. Let's put it in. Here she goes. Right into the 450-degree oven with the pizza peel. Slides in very nicely as long as you have a cornmeal base between the dough and the peel. Let's put in some water into a hot pan, and once again that hot water will help to provide steam and make a crispy crust. It's time to work on our roast pork over here. I've had it sitting in a marinade overnight, and I'll share the marinade recipe with you. I do have it on the web already on my website, but I'll repost it for you. It's very simple. But first, what we'd like to do, now this is going to be a very different recipe because this is not going to be a bake nor a boil, which they will often do with different types of porks. It becomes tenderized that way. We're going to make an emulsification of some extra virgin organic olive oil and some French butter. That's going to add a richness to it. We'll put 3 tablespoons over there, 3 teaspoons, sorry. And then we'll put the meat on top. And what I'll do is I'll just put this right on top. What I did is I took the roast pork and I put it into sections about yay big. And that way, when the final stages arrive and I have to put on the glaze, it will get to more portions of the pork. And it won't just be on this top layer where when you cut into the center, you really won't get much of the flavor. How's that for an idea? Kind of cool, huh? And these are almost individual little portions, actually. So they can work out very nicely for your family and friends that sit at the table. They can pick one. Okay, so I have that on. Now, I have my wine. I should try this. Okay, that's good for cooking. So we'll put that right in. This is a cup. And we're going to put this on the fire with a little bit of my marinade. We'll put about another cup of this. Time to work on the easiest sauce on the planet. I have pure Vermont maple syrup, and I have a cup of that. I have an orange. What I'm going to do is zest the entire orange into the maple syrup. After I zest the entire orange, I'm going to cut this orange in 2, squeeze the juice out, and then stir it up, and it's done. And we're ready to put it on our pork once the pork is cooked. So I'll finish up on this, and then I'm going to start up on the vegetables. All right, now that I've put all the elements of the sauce together with the orange juice, the zest, and the maple syrup, it's time to condense it a bit. So I'm going to put it on the small saucier burner in the back over here on a low heat, a very, very low heat actually, because the meat still has to cook. And so we're just going to watch that on the lowest setting just to let it evaporate some of the extra liquids and thicken up a bit. And meanwhile, I did julienne my carrots over here, and I chopped up the zucchini into matchsticks. Give my knife a workout, so let's resharpen it a little bit. And we have our shallots. I'm going to put in about 5 shallots, and what you want to do is just cut it in half, and then you'd like to make these do not have to actually appear into the recipe. You can have them melt in, but I am going to actually chop these up first fine. So in this nice large pan over here, I have a couple of tablespoons of butter, and it's heating up very nicely. With that handle out of the way, I'm going to throw in my shallots over here, and we're going to let those become a little translucent, and we'll actually throw in the carrots at the same time. We're going to put those on a low to medium heat, and as those cook, they're going to get kind of cool and sweet. It's that's the first thing I said to when I first learned long ago in the kitchen with my father. He said that when you let them cook for a long time in the pan, sautéed like this, they become sweet. And that's what I said to him. Cool. How does that happen? So anyway, all right, let's let that sauté a bit and get cool or sweet. All right, so what I just did is I removed all the broth from my pork over here, and I have the maple syrup with the orange, which I reduced to about half, and I shut off the heat so it could thicken a little bit, because if it stays hot it looks like it's still thin. You have to shut off the heat and then it congeals a little more. So I'm going to pour this on top of the meat, which I have the meat pan right now on the absolute lowest setting, because now this has sugar in it. It's got the maple syrup, which is the natural sugar, and that will burn. So what I'm doing is just covering every single little piece of meat, and I'm going to turn that around eventually. But let me cover that up so that it retains the heat on the lowest setting. Look at the vegetables. They look magnificent. If you could smell them, it'd be even better. I am going to keep them uncovered at this point because I need some of this beef consommé. That's hot. Beef consommé to reduce a little bit. And now that I actually have this pan open, I need to reduce the heat to low over here as well. But boy, let me tell you, the aromas in this kitchen. Come on over. Okay, I just shut off the heat on this, and we have beautiful, beautiful pieces of pork with that unbelievable glaze. The combination of citrus and maple syrup is unmatched. You do have to try this. And let's gild the lily a little bit with our French bread. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Okay everybody, Rôti de Cochon à l'orange, and we have our beautiful summer vegetables over here to accompany it with a nice light white wine. So I want to thank everybody for their viewership and their support. And merci beaucoup, and we'll talk to you later, but happy eating. Take care.